Alright, so today is going to be a little weird. So, I tomorrow have to take apart my computer and set it up again at a different place for a recording job with my gear for some voice acting stuff. So, I'm recording this now because I want to just have at least a little snip of what my audio setup has been for the past, I want to say since March of last year, when I last did some VA stuff, moving my computer around and such, just in case when, that's the thing, this is all just kind of just in case when I come back and bring everything back home and set everything back up again, if and anything sounds different, then I know that I at least have this part that sounds the same as it has. So, yeah. So, today we're going to be splitting this part. This is the second time in Sky where I've had to split a video kind of into two. This is going to be a really short piece because I have other things to do today. We are just going to be doing the light mending stuff, and then there's going to be a bit of a cut, and we're going to be doing other stuff. Probably the continuation of the helpful steward guy, unless I am just busy for the next couple days and I can't really get to it. Then I'll do that, and probably the next light mending things mission. It's already been a few days since the newest light mending mission has been released. And right now we're at 149 candles, 1 heart, 28 seasonal candles, still no seasonal hearts. And I've used up a few regular candles and the rest of the special candles for some of the stuff with the NPCs to kind of unlock their, item trees. But today, right at this moment, we are just going to be doing this light mending stuff because we have access to it. And then when that's the thing, for you watching this, it'll be instantaneous, but for me, it'll probably be a few days. But yeah, I've been grinding out candles for the past few days. And I've gotten a few more emotes. Not a whole lot, I don't think. This one I literally just got maybe 30 minutes ago. Anything else? No? We can redeem some dye. I think that's it really for now. I did put this new dance on the hotbar because I like it. But aside from that, yeah, pretty much the same. I think this has been I honestly think this has been the longest gap of maybe like 5 or 6 days, honestly, where I just have not recorded me playing Sky. I've been playing it every day, but I just haven't recorded anything just because I've been doing other things, and the light mending missions are actually scheduled out for when they come out. So, like, this new one came out, I think, like 2 or 3 days ago, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. And I want to get to it right now before I change have to take apart my computer and set it up somewhere else, let a bunch of other actors use it with me, and then bring it back home and set it all up again. So, we're doing this now, and see what's going on here. So this is light mending mission number 3. I don't believe I recorded number 2, but they're all pretty similar. You just use a new device each time that you're doing one. The previous one, the second one was like a weird launcher thing. The first one was like a laser thing. And later in this part, I'm actually going to probably show it before the swap, like at the end of this part before the swap over to the continuation on another day for this video. I'm probably going to discuss this, but I actually got to encounter the dog in the prairie area, in Daylight Prairie. It's called Oreo. I recorded a little bit of me riding it, but while I was there, we unlocked it with, you need like 8 people to unlock it, and it does nothing but just run around the area, and you can kind of ride it. You can't control it or anything. But, yeah, you need 8 people to unlock it as a special secret-y kind of Easter egg thing. It's apparently modeled after the dog of the director. And it's called Oreo. There's a lot... there's a lot of these little, like, niche things. Like, there's... One of the developers' cats is apparently an Easter egg in the area before the office that you can find. Oreo is one... There's a couple other things, and I've seen these on Sky's, like, physical store as plushes and stuff, and I never understood that. Like, what are these animals that don't seem to exist in the game? But they do, they're just Easter eggs. There's a lot of weird inside things, and I think I brought this up before in the past in a part, but there's a lot of weird insular community kind of content, understandings, and things that are geared for longer-term players, even including in the physical shop, which is fine. I would say I've been playing this for quite a while, even though I've only been playing it for this, well, for the entirety of this month. I have like 80 hours in the game now at this point, which is pretty long for me. I normally don't go that long unless a game has really hooked me. I still, at current of recording this, have only done 4 parts of Ghost of Yotei at like 15 hours, which that game still feels like I've played more of it than this, but I haven't. I'm at like 80 hours or something in this now. And this is not the deepest of games inherently in gameplay form, so that says a lot about how much I'm enjoying this. But, yeah, getting back on point, there's just a lot of the merchandise has, like, inside things. It very much... That game company seems to very much kind of cater towards people who are... And I'm trying to not phrase this in a kind of Apple kind of way, but people who are very much in their ecosystem of what they are putting out. That's not inherently a bad thing, but as I've talked with other people who have played Sky... both on Discord and off, actually, it really does kind of split people's opinions between, like, well, it makes things feel more insular and, you know, like a community and such, but then there's the other end of it where shit's expensive, especially these days, and it very much, to a lot of people, feels like gatekeeping and just kind of crappy business practices, which inherently it is a crappy business practice, but, you know. I'm not their CEO or anything. I can't make those decisions. Like, that's the thing. I'm fine with spending $10 on a season pass for all of this. This is extra content for what? Like 2.5 months or so? 3 months almost? I'm fine with that's real. Like, Ghost of Yotei was $70. $10 for 3.5 extra months of, like, new content to play with? That's not, especially for a free game, that's not bad. That's the thing. This game is not that expensive when you put it in perspective of other modern AAA games. It can get expensive if you make it, though, with buying stuff off of the Sky Shop, if for some reason you're delusional and you want to buy, like, candles and stuff like these. Like, for real, I've been playing this now for weeks and weeks and weeks. The amount of you can get the $5 amount of candles in a single day if you just, like, go for a route of getting the candles. And that's the other thing, is, like, some people have explained to me, like, they get burnt out and stuff while playing this game because of the candle grind. It's like, I get that, but, like, when I'm doing that, I'm busy working on other things and just, like, controlling... Like, I'm playing this on my PS5. I'm just doing stuff on my computer while kind of subconsciously just doing this because I'm busy. I'm just multitasking. The only real times where I, like, sit down and play this kind of are when I'm doing the recordings of it. The rest of the time I'm kind of, like, doing or watching other things or working on other projects, and I just have my controller in my hand just fiddling around doing other stuff with this game. So that's just a me thing, but yeah, the burnout thing I do expect to happen eventually, when I just kind of get bored with it, as I tend to with large games at some point. It's like with Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it did take me a long time to feel any sort of burnout, like, okay, I should step away from this and work and, like, play other things, because I've been obsessed with this for, like, what, a year when I did that? Like, nonstop? Anyway. I'm not contributing much to the light mending aspect of this, but I am trying to get as much of the wax. See, this is exactly what I'm doing when I'm not recording. I'm just running around looking for any wax that I can. So I'm honestly just, like, looking at my computer. I'm not even really looking at the screen much, and I'm just kind of seeing things out of my peripheral vision, just kind of wandering around, getting wax and stuff. I'm just talking, man. I'm just having a go. I'm having some fun. Right, we should probably try to get higher in here. Has there been any, like, weird stuff that I've seen in the game lately? Not really, actually. That is kind of a surprising thing that was very prevalent in the past couple parts of this series so far, is that you would always come across something weird. The personality test thing is over in the main area of the game, that little kind of event. It's over right now, but I want to say the second to last time I did it, some nutjob put a stool into they wedged it into the floor somehow, and I was able to go out of bounds in the personality test place underneath the floor. And underneath there, I didn't record it because it wasn't really interesting anyway, but underneath the floor is pretty much just the standard void like we've seen when we go out of bounds before, when we fall underneath the clouds or any of the level. It just keeps continually going down, and then you hit some kind of semi-solid layer where you just kind of can't jump, but you can kind of fly, and there's no way out of it. It's just it was honestly just kind of dark down there because there's no real lighting down there, but it's the same kind of thing. So it wasn't really interesting. The dog thing was interesting, so when I transition, I'll kind of just swap over to some footage of that. Whoa! Oh, this is one of those light launcher things that we got last time. Yeah, this. There's no dialogue with me with the dog, because I just was... It was like 1 in the morning or something, and I just did not care to put on the mic, because I had to wait, like, I literally had to wait like 20 minutes anyway to get on the dog to see, like, how it operated and such. It moves on its own. But I had to wait 20 minutes. Literally, I just sat there while other people were using it, and they were... I'm assuming it was a different group of friends. There were like 5 of them. And they were all letting one person use the dog. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, I feel like this is another content creator, and then they have like their it felt like their entourage of friends as a content creator watching the actual content creator have a bunch of fun with the dog. That's what it felt like to me, just passively just kind of sitting there watching them play with it. I was like, this feels like another content creator, and then they have a bunch of their yes men just kind of like having fun doing emotes around them and shit. It felt kind of weird and shallow in a way. It was like watching it's like if you go to like a city and then you pass by someone who clearly looks like they're from Los Angeles or something, and they just have a bunch of yes men friends around them saying how awesome they are or some shit. That's kind of what it felt like. It felt really weird, just like being there waiting for my turn to ride the dog over there. The footage shows none of that because I had to wait like 20 minutes for them to leave. But, looks like we're having some problems trying to find the last one. Nobody's found it yet. Or everybody's DC'd and I'm in here alone. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody in a bit. But yeah, the dog thing was weird. I'm a polite boy. I'll wait my time. I'm fine working on things on my computer and just kind of waiting for people to leave. So I can have some fun by myself with it. Whoa, where are we in here? I feel like we're getting really lost inside this cube thing. Oh, it's over there, whatever it is. I think it's the I think we might have lost everybody else in this map. And the game is now trying to say, hey, it's over here. Wait, what happened? Discover how the observation orb helps with light mending. The observation orb? Where is the orb? I saw it, but... Oh, it's way up there. Right, so now we gotta get back up there. I don't know if I talked about this last time, but I've been to Treasure Reef. Treasure Reef is... Oh no, there are people still in here. Treasure Reef is an alright area. I actually will probably go there before we transition to the next day. Just because I want to show and talk about stuff. For anybody who might not know. I've been doing a lot of slight research on things that I just have questions about, like the Cave of Prophecies, which I have now, but I have not been into. Some of the other creatures in the game, like the crabs, the lore behind them, the lore behind, like, the krill, the dark dragons. And there's apparently a Leviathan-esque kind of dark dragon, which it was the peak of my curiosity in Treasure Reef, because there seems to be one. I haven't done the mission quest line there yet, but I found one inadvertently, and I was wondering what it was, so I looked it up, and it turns out it's story relevant to Treasure Reef, which we will eventually get to someday. But I want to talk about it, because it looks cool. Kinda. This thing, I don't expect this to take too much longer now, so we have some time. Yeah, there's still at least one person in here with me. What is that thing doing? Like, it's tracking whatever that is. Yeah, there's still somebody in here with us. The camera absolutely does wonders as a monocular. Do we have to grab these? I've run out of light. I think someone else got the last one. Okay, we got one more. I did figure out, I brought up either the last time or the time before what kind of like synths that Vincent was using in the score for the pianos and other instruments for the music. And it's very much, one of the tracks is very, very, very reminiscent of the SS Librina? Libra? The SS Libra? I forget the name of it. Man. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness is one of my childhood games, and I'm forgetting the name of the frickin' ship. Anyway, the synths used for this game are very, very, very reminiscent of Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. And that has been bugging me a little bit in the sense of, like, I'm loving it. I love this music a lot. The score is fantastic. But there are times where I'll hear a little motif, a little melody or a motif or anything like that, using a certain combination of instruments. And I'm like, that sounds like Pokemon music. That just sounds like Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness or Colosseum. It's mostly with the pianos and the strings, and the occasional use of an oboe. So, I'm following this track. There should be something showing up here then. Okay, here it comes. Was that it? Are those things just bubbles of energy for us to get, like, extra wing power off of? Oh, that's kind of lame, to be honest. I thought they were more useful than that. Right. Okay, there's a crystal down here. I don't think it's usable, but it has some wax. I do like how the one time I, like, really put a lot of effort into helping with one of these so far, in the second one, I didn't record. I don't believe. Because this is very much feeling like the first time for me when I did not know what's going on. Okay, I can get this one at least. Okay, we need another one somewhere. Oh, I see one. I see one down there. Oh, and someone else is gonna get it first. Yep. Here's one. See, we're helping. I'm not just running around in here just chatting. Is that one over there? Yes, it is. You see, I have the high ground now, Anakin. Oh, I got the last one. I did it! I saved the world here. Well, you know, not save the world, just save this crystal. That might be the thumbnail. I don't know. I'll decide that later. Alright, that's that done. On to the next when it is available. You have light mended today's lantern. Okay. This light mending device can now be used to light mend daily lanterns. I'm not sure in what capacity, because obviously I don't know the future yet, but apparently some aspect of this light mending stuff is going to be continued after the season ends. Like, apparently you're going to be able to do this, but instead of getting, like, rewards for it and stuff like, you know, stuff from these guys, I'm assuming these guys will be disappearing after the season ends. And obviously, like, the premium stuff with the season pass you won't be able to unlock. Like, stuff like this, like upgrading this emote and such, unless these characters return. And you would have to use, like, hearts or regular candles or something to unlock them. That seems to be structurally how things normally go with previous season stuff, is they sometimes bring back an individual, sometimes it could be like in a year or two. Literally, like a week ago, they brought back one from one of the previous year seasons from like 2 years ago, and it was the first time in like a year and a half that NPC had been in the game. So I did unlock a bunch of stuff with it, and it required some candles and hearts and stuff. But, like, when these guys disappear, especially when there are more of them added in every season, it seems to take quite a while for individuals to come back to, like, try to get their stuff. So it really... The later you do pick up this game to play it, the much less friendly it is to new players, it seems, in a way. In that regard, it's like, those are totally optional things, but this is where... When I've talked with people about, like, the whole quote-unquote gatekeeping kind of stuff with the content, it's like, yeah, they don't make it easy. I'm not gonna, like, say it's not, but at the same time, it's all completely optional stuff. It does just kind of suck how restricted some of this stuff does get. Is there an answer to that? Yes, by making stuff just kind of freely available to purchase with the regular candles or hearts or anything like that in like one shop that's always available. Can you always... Well, are they going to do that? No, because that does not seem to be the business model they're trying to do with this game, or the structure model or anything like that, because they also want to make things special for people who do, you know... Actually, it is a preferential bias thing. It very much is like, if you're paying for the season pass and you're doing all the stuff, then you're gonna be getting the cool shit. And if you didn't do the season pass, or you're not gonna pay for it and you are playing the game, then you're not gonna get the cool shit. It's very much that. So it's like, I get it, it sucks, but I also understand it. So I don't have that deep of a opinion on it. It's a free MMO. I don't care. I have way more important shit to care about than that. But it's like, I do understand and get it, and I see it. But I am not the guy for, you know, spicy video game takes. I just state things as they are, and if they're reasonable, they're reasonable, and if they're not, then they're not. It is a double-edged sword. In any case, so we have 28 candles. The person, I've seen all of the trees, because apparently people just, like, buy... There are people, apparently, who will dump money into buying the seasonal candles just to get everything day one. Of course, aside from the daily mission guy, because, well, the daily mission, the main mission guy, because these are locked behind a schedule. Okay, so like right now I can get some stuff. I can't get the hair because I don't have the hearts. The hearts are kind of annoying because they are locked behind some of the other... these guys that are here. Like, in their trees for getting stuff. The most important one from what I've seen from my interests is this one here. There is a heart at the very top and you can see it. Oh, I can get this. Okay. That is a lot of candles for an expression. But yeah, this person is the one I want to kind of complete first. This spirit has something to show you in the vault's 4th floor. Oh, okay. Sure. Are you going to take me there, or do you want me to manually go there? The 4th floor of the vault. Okay, I guess we're doing a little sidetrack today. I gotta remember, I'm on a bit of a schedule as well today, before I kind of stop. How long have we been going? We've been going for 30 minutes so far. The light mending took probably about twice as long as I expected it to. One thing that I do want to say is that it is very, very, very likely that I will be getting the physical art book for this game soon. Apparently the Sky Shop puts up, like, pre-order periods for products. They're also very, like... I found that funny, actually, when I looked that up. They're very, like, restrictive, not only on, like, the stuff in the game for what people can, you know, acquire, but it's almost kind of that with their physical products as well on their own storefront, where products will come and go. Some of them have special abilities, like fast travel things, like they have a fast travel for... the Lost Ark, for the caves in the forest. There is one for the Hermit's house in the Valley of Triumph. It's kind of funny. There are an amount of products that they sell that are very restrictive. I bring this up because a couple days ago they closed off the website for renovations, quote-unquote. They added in some new Oreo plush, it seems, as the only new product, but I noticed that they have a passcode to get onto the website still, and if you're redeveloping a website, because I have a website, if you redevelop a website, you can just lock it off from the public. Why would you have an open password key system to still get to the store? And I looked it up, and apparently years ago people talked about this online, that if you are someone who is in with that game company, you can get special privileges to access the web store and pre-order stuff before the public, the general public, who is not in to buy these products. So like this Oreo plush went up, and I'm assuming they put up a special pass key to people who are in with the popular kids, to pre-order this plush if you want to, or other products while the website is closed off to the public. That is another level. That is another level of just, like, exclusivity that made me really laugh when I realized what was going on there. That is, that's the thing, is, like, I don't think that's great. It's kinda... I don't know if that's ethically shitty, but it's just kinda weird, especially for a company like this, but I, at the same time, once again, kind of get it, because the products do seem to be very high quality, and they once again want to make people who are in their ecosystem feel special, It's a very weird thing. I don't subscribe to that kind of ideology, but I see what's going on. So in any case, soon, I plan on getting the art book for this game from the website. It's an expensive art book. It's $125. And apparently that game company is kind of with shipping stuff, like on a time scale. I don't know how long it would take for the book to come here to where I live, but, you know, I'm not in like a rush to get it, but I would like to get it because some people that I saw online were saying like they would but at the same time I'm not sure if they were pre-ordering something. This book has apparently been out for like 2 or 3 years or something. But apparently people would pre-order stuff when it was first put up and it would take like 6 months to get to them or something. And most of this merch is apparently made in modest batches. Not small batches, but like modest batches. Ooh, love that audio glitch. It's so much worse when I'm hearing it in my headphones on the mic than when I'm hearing it through my TV. Okay, we're at like the 3rd floor, I think, right now. I want to say, if anyone's keeping up with the wing count right now, I want to say we're at like 80 or 82 or something. Somewhere in like the 80 to early 80s. I found a lot of them actually in Sanctuary Islands, weirdly enough. I went exploring there one day just wandering around, and there were a bunch of them that I just did not know were around. We'll get back to the Eye of Eden soon enough. I'm honestly kind of banking on maybe Part 10 being a return to the Eye of Eden. Okay, nobody seems to really be getting the lanterns, so... I'm not going to say for sure on Part 10, but Part 10 is kind of right now where my brain is going with maybe returning to the Eye of Eden. This is going to be part, what, 8, 9? Not 9, I don't think. I think, maybe 9. I don't know what part we're at right now. I haven't looked at YouTube in a bit. Come on, just light the lantern. Thank you. But yeah, we'll get back to it soon. We'll give it another run. We will get rid of all of the wings we have spent the past, like, 2 or 3 weeks getting. One confusing thing for me is that you get trophies on the PlayStation version of this, and I didn't get a trophy for being reborn last time we did the Eye of Eden, so I'm not... We beat it, and we got a permanent upgrade to our wings, which constitutes being reborn in the lore of the game and what I've read online about it, so... I don't know what that means. Because if we weren't reborn, we wouldn't have gotten the permanent upgrade, and we wouldn't have seen the whole cinematic that happens at the end of the game. It apparently is supposed to just launch you back, kind of reload you back in as if you just started the game again. I'm not sure. It's a weird question mark in my head. I'm not sure if it's like a weird misunderstanding of how the game functions, or if it's a weird PlayStation issue. Okay, so apparently one of the spirits is supposed to be in here, I think. The one we talked to before. I may as well get this candle. I did look up the trophies for this game, and some of them are pretty crazy in the sense that nobody's been getting them. I see a lot of weird trophy counts for some games, like Red Dead 2. You'll get through, like, the first area of, like, Horseshoe Overlook or whatever, and, like, 80% of people will do that, and that means that, like, 20% of people who have the game aren't doing it. This game is really, really bizarre in that, like, you get a trophy for completing the Isle of Dawn, the first area, the first time, and only half of the people, at least on PlayStation, have done that. And then you see a completely sharp drop-off for everything else in the game, down to 1 or 2% to 0.1% completions, which I never see in games on PlayStation. There's one that's like, hold hands and run around with 5 people at once, and that has like a 0.2% occurrence. Okay, there's the person we need to get to. I got one which is just touching the tail of a dark dragon, and that was like a 0.3% trophy. For some reason, just touching the tail of a dark dragon, which is easy to do with the first krill, because it has a very predictable cycle, and it's easy to kind of hide and get away from it. But it had like a 0.3% completion, and that was nuts to me. I was like, man, people are playing this game, but they are not like doing a whole lot, huh? Or people play, like, the first area, and then they don't actually, like, play through the game or anything like that. It kind of backs up my thoughts from when I was initially doing research about how not a whole lot of people are, super invested into this in some way. I think I phrased it like the people who know about this game are very into it, and the people who don't just don't know about it. So, what's going on here? There's a rainbow? Rainbow. Oh, look at the bloody beautiful rainbow. It's tubular, man. No, it's literally a tube. It's a semi-transparent tube. Oh, it just leads to a child of light I already have. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, please tell me. Am I the man who lie there on the bed? Now we're getting Christmas Carol in here. There are no wrong notes here. Even silence sings. Oh, a flute. Well, no notes are wrong. Yeah, you just have to spam it, and it's totally done. Thank you. You like jazz? You know, I heard you like jazz. You like freeform? It's very expressionist. Fills your soul with something, you know? Makes you want to keep fighting in the endless darkness of this world. Things are pretty bad right now, but you can still speak, and that matters. I don't know where I'm going with this bit. Okay. So we're gonna travel back because I don't really care to complete the vault right now. We're going to teleport back to the light mending spirits. And we're gonna see what's going on here. Okay. Okay, we just get these. And we get a free flute. This moment can't be relived right now. Check back in 4 days. Huh. Okay, I don't know what that means entirely, but there's a 4-day lock on whatever this is. And then there's a cape, the cape that they are wearing right now, which needs a lot of candles. So that probably won't be unlocked for a long time. Yeah, that... And yeah, it pretty much is about like 5.5 to 6 candles per day at the rate that I've played. Yeah, nothing else here. You get 4 from the daily quests. I get 1 for having the season pass per day. And then you get roughly 1 for the candles that are placed around the map. I say roughly because there's been a day or two where I've explored the heck out of an area where the candles are, and it's just like shy by like 1% or 2% of a candle filling up on the meter up here. It'll get to like the really tippy top part of the meter, and it just won't complete as a candle. So I'm just like, man. So it's kind of a hit or miss on that. So what are we doing now? So we are going to go to Treasure Reef real quick. I just kind of want to bring this up. Ooh, that is a big candle. I'm taking that. Yes, sirree. I don't know if this is a bug or not with the Treasure Reef boat, but I oftentimes will spam Z1, which is the button to skip cutscenes when I'm like transitioning places. And with the boat here specifically, sometimes it, like, if and I don't do it, the boat tends to take a while weirdly to kind of load itself up here. Like, I'll just show you. Like, we get up, the music starts playing, the animation sounds start, but the boat's doing nothing. And then it'll automatically just start up for some reason, even though the sound effects have been going. It seems like a weird kind of bug. But as soon as I start spamming the Z1 button... Also, the boat's not moving for some reason. When we show up here at Treasure Reef... Oh, it didn't happen this time. Awesome. Sometimes the boat will be glitched out and, like, on its side, like as if it crashed into the reef. I don't know why. No, stop trying to use that. Okay, fine. Light them. You candle slut. It's like, I'm trying to pick up an oyster here, and you just cannot not light the candles, huh? I say candle slut with love and compassion. I kind of want to do that again just to see if and it crashes. Also, is that... Are those portals out there? Yeah, those are. So, this is another thing. I'm not sure if this is like a seasonal event thing or what. There are places I've come across on the map that are like this, where you'll still see portals that are very clearly part of where something used to be. There's also an object out there. I don't know what that is. It doesn't fit in with the map. There's a place like this in Sanctuary Islands. There's actually a place like this off the coast of the Isle of Dawn at the start of the game. I think I talked about that at the first part, or soon after that, maybe. And there's just places like this. We can't access them because there's a invisible wind wall there that blows us back. And you can't swim under it either. Okay, we're going to skip the boat thing for now. We'll probably come across that eventually in the future. So, what do I want to show here? This might be of interest to a few people because at the top of the tower over there, people leave messages holograms, if you will, the spirit hologram things. And a lot of them tend to be, like, trying to point and, like, maybe sometimes they might talk about how they don't know what the heck that thing out there is off the coast behind the tower. Plenty of people who have played this game probably know what the heck it is, because it is actually a part of the main story mission with that girl over there on that boat. Apparently. I haven't actually done that mission catalog yet, but there are giant dark dragons that are in the game, bigger than the krill. Man, we need to get more light. This'll do. You might see a bit of it right there. There are giant dark dragons that are apparently very event-related. So one of them is in this area. Then there's that one over there. I have seen a lot of people leave messages at the top of this tower or around the tower or like over there on the beach, like wondering what that thing is. It has apparently been here since the end of 2022. And it's apparently bugged. There's something wrong with it in some way. But you can see like those red dots on the very front of it. That's its face. That is a giant Leviathan Dark Dragon type creature. Once again, I haven't done the story beat for this area yet, but apparently one of these is relevant to it, and you will encounter it. We'll get to that when we get to that in the future eventually, but this one is just above the water, out of bounds, off the coast, and that is what it looks like. It's like 4 times as big as a normal one, and has a weird face, it has horns, and is apparently terrifying. Let me see if we can get up to the tower. People have also tried to leave little out-of-bounds glitch chairs to get into this tower, and it doesn't really work super well. Oh, thank you very much. This is a very useful one. And once again, I haven't done the story beat here or anything yet, but I've seen people glitch out of bounds into the tower. It is very interesting, but also terrifying because there are apparently krill at the bottom of this tower, which is really shocking to me because out here there's no evidence of them at all. But apparently they're in the water. Alright, is this the one with the glitch chair that I encountered last time? I think it is? Yes. Yes. This is not the same one, but it's one of them. Okay. Can we do this? Can we get an out of bounds today? Okay, we're gonna try to emote. No? These chairs tend to be so finicky. You're not supposed to really get in here, to my knowledge. Which is weird because it looks like you're supposed to. It has a giant doorway in. And once again, it's like, I'm not sure if eventually in the story you, like, do something with this or not. But every time I've seen anything like this, it very much, like, you can see the inside's all malformed and not, like, correct. Okay, we're gonna give... The juggling tends to do pretty well. No? Yeah, they tend to just, like, place the chair just in the wrong spot. Okay, are there any others up here? Probably not. The annoying thing with this area when it comes to messages is people will put like one of them down here and it tends to not work. And then because of how this area is set up, the rest of the messages load up here because people like put them up here for some reason just to be funny. Last day, thanks for playing. I've been seeing this one here for weeks. No kissies. Yeah, and there are always these annoying ones where it's just like chill. Chill vibes, man. Look at all the stuff I want to put up here, make it my little living space. It's like, that's fine, but I think people forget that when you do that, you're eating up the space for more creative and abusable messages like this. Oh, man. I'll give it one more shot. Is there... What about sitting on the chair? No, that didn't work. I don't think the camera works while you're sitting down like this. Yeah, unfortunate on that one. Yeah, people try so hard and get so far, but in the end, it doesn't really matter to try and get into this tower. I know people have done it. I've seen pictures and footage of people who have been able to get in there doing that. It's just one of the more finicky ones that seems incredibly obvious that you should be able to do it. But yeah, the point of coming here, I just find that giant Leviathan krill really interesting when I haven't done the story beat for it yet. Where is it? I can't see it from up here, actually. Oh, it's over there. It's big, too. You can't get out to it. I tried to fly to it. It's out of bounds. That thing is pretty big. And it still has an idle animation to it. You can see, like, its little kind of protrusions towards its head and such kind of moving. It almost looks like it's breathing, even. I think it is. Yeah, you could just see, like, various parts of it just kind of moving. Apparently it's bugged. Apparently it used to, like, do something or sit in, like, a weird different position, but it's, like, not doing what it's apparently supposed to be doing in the code. That's at least what I've read online from people who have apparently tried to look into this thing. I'm not the developers, I'm not one of these coding people, but I'm gonna assume if and that is true, the fact that it is just sitting back there and not really doing anything is not the biggest deal, so they haven't fixed it if that is a thing. I don't know. That's just something I saw. I find it interesting, because it does look like it's in a weird position. It looks like it's in some sort of, like, 90-degree angle, kind of broken and bent in a weird way. I don't know, man. But alright, I think that's it for me today with this so far. We're going to be back immediately with more stuff. So, oh, this took an hour. This went way longer than I intended it to. So, yeah, we're going to move over to the next part of it, where we're going to probably do some more missions and such. I have to do some more work and prepare taking apart my computer to move it to a different place for some voice acting stuff. So, hopefully this next part, hopefully the audio for it is fine. Before that happens, though, I'm going to add in a little snip of voiceless footage of me riding around on Oreo from a couple days ago. So, thank you for watching this first half of this part of Sky, and see you in a few days. Alright, so we're continuing off from last time, which for me was about like 2.5, 3 days ago. And we're going to be doing the next main quest for the helpful, hopeful steward here. We're going to be taking care of this guy over here. And hopefully what you're hearing right now, audio-wise, I will see in editing while I'm splicing this together. But I hope that the audio quality is at least near the same. The mic position on my headset is a little different, but I'll be able to see if that is an issue or not. I don't think it is. Everything I'm looking at on my meters is fine. I haven't done like a test after setting my computer back up again, and the voice acting stuff went fine. Did it all in one session. I don't have to go back and re-record any of them or anything like that. It was a very successful session, which I'm very happy about. Because that means I don't have to take my rig apart again and take everything over to this other place and record get everybody back in and have everybody do their lines again and stuff like that. We don't have to do any of that. It's very, very nice to do it in one successful take. So, yeah. There are a few weird things with the game. It weirdly in between. So what you're seeing right now, you see the movement that's going on here. I think my DualSense is actually finally dying. I have kept this thing in immaculate condition. I am not someone who throws their controllers around. I keep everything literally... Let me literally lean down in front. That is me slapping the table that I have my TV and PS5 and as my Wii U, my PS4, my Xbox One, my original Xbox, my GameCube on it. I literally just lean forward and put the controller on the table, and that's it. That's the most action this controller gets. And this is the controller I got with the PS5. But it seems to be drifting. The analog stick, the left analog stick here, which in this game controls the movement, it seems to be having some issues. I noticed this last night, actually, when I got back. I booted up the game to play a bit of this, to just get some more wax for the day. And it was doing weird finicky stuff like this. It just kind of like jitters around the character model in weird ways. And that's really disappointing. Which is also really ironic and funny because I don't believe I've ever had any Joy-Con drift, and I have a day one launch Switch. I still have my original Joy-Cons with my Switch. I'm looking at my Switch behind my computer right now, and yeah, I've never had any... Which is funny for me as well, because it's just like I hear people all the time talk about the Joy-Con drift stuff, and I know it's a real thing. It is a real thing. I've never experienced it myself, so I don't really have much of an opinion on it. Wow. Whoa! My character running there, that was the drift. That wasn't me. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, I don't know what happened, because this thing has always been fine, and out of nowhere now it's doing this. And that's also a bit of a shame. These are expensive controllers. They're like $80. And, funny enough, most of my playtime on this console has been Assassin's Creed Valhalla and this now. So, I don't know. I don't know why it's doing this. This is actually a lot worse than it was last night. Like this, I'm kind of fighting it from making the player move. So I don't know how long this is going to be a continuation of. I am now going to look into getting a new DualSense controller for the PlayStation 5 because this is an issue. I have disassembled Joy-Cons. My brother's had drift issues in the past, and he's given me some of his to disassemble and fix and such. I've done that once, and I understand why people generally, like independent people, charge for doing that kind of stuff. I've repaired a lot of controllers. N64, Sega Saturn, Genesis, GameCube, Wiimotes. I've disassembled 3DSs, I've disassembled my Sega Saturn and rebuilt it. I've disassembled the PS4 multiple times and reassembled them. I've disassembled Xboxes, I've disassembled Switches and replaced all the fans and heating components in them and such. I'm a handy guy, and Joy-Cons are a pain in the ass. They really are a very, very prominent pain in the ass in design. They are not well-designed little things. They're very cramped. Like, the Switch itself is essentially just a laptop inside of a case with a screen on it. And the Joy-Cons are such a pain in the ass. Like that. It's just like the character moving off to the left. It's to the left. To the left, to the left. He wants to move to the left. And he's not supposed to. Joy-Cons are such a pain in the ass. Let me get back on track of that. They're such a pain in the ass to fix. I would fix 10 GameCube... I would fix 20 GameCube controllers or N64 controllers before you could tell me, like, I would be convinced to even give a try at a Joy-Con. Like, they are just so much easier. I would rather fix DualShock 4s. They are just such pain in the asses, man. So, why am I bringing that up? Well, I've never opened up a DualSense controller. I have only this one that came with my console. I've never had a need to open it up. I might look into opening it up now to see what's going on with this left stick. Because something is mildly wrong with it, and it is actually very noticeable while playing games. So, yeah. Fun for me. Anyway, let's get on to Sky, continuing Sky. I forgot we're still continuing on in a video. I'm not used to doing that. I'm not used to piecing videos together too often. Unless it's, you know, like a more larger project, like the Pewdle Story thing between the Flash version and the PC version and things like that. So, yeah. Let's see what the dailies are. We're not going to do them probably on part. I'll probably do them later tonight. The Vault of Knowledge, okay. Like 20 candles. We'll probably get that one done. We'll probably get that one done while we're doing stuff. But yeah, new controller. New expensive controller. Fun. That is not what I wanted to spend my money on. And yeah, the game audio is going to be exactly the same as the last part. I'm just hopeful that my audio sounds good. I believe it is. I just hope that the mic is in like the mic is always in a very specific position on the headset to get the sound I want. So I hope this is at least comparable. Okay, so we're doing the stage for the Valley of Triumph. I mean, this should be an interesting one. I am a theater director, after all. I was about to say, I'm assuming the stage was not supposed to catch fire. I'm actually going to do that with settings on my PC. I want to take a look at... I'm going to monitor my mic instead of the game audio for once. I am not controlling this. This is the drift. This is what I'm talking about. Oh! What? Now I'm questioning if that was drift or if the game just directed us over here. Because I was, now I'm getting confused. I was not touching the controller for that one. Help the frantic stagehand set the stage to look like the hidden forest. Right. Okay. That's going to be kind of confusing with this because, yeah, there's some mild drift going on, but at the same time the game is also kind of telling us to go to certain places. Oh my god, they have a switch for like everything here. I don't know which switch is which. Yeah, I know. I can guess switches affect the theater in different ways. Yeah, there's something with the left stick. It just wants to keep going to the left. I don't get it. Okay, I see a symbol. Where are we going with that? Up there. Okay. So you saw that, right? All of that just happened, that was drift. You have got to be kidding me. Man, like, even... Man... PlayStation, why? This is a really nice controller. It's in great shape. I've taken care of this thing. That's so disappointing. The crazier thing as well is that I still use my original DualShock 4 for the PlayStation 4. It's right in front of me. It sits in the same spot as the DualShock 5. This thing? I love this controller, and it's still the same one that I've had for 10 years at this... 11 years at this point. This DualShock 4 has lasted 11 years since 2015. And I have not had any issues with it. At all. So... I've had this since, what, like... When did I get the PS5? Actually, now I'm just having like inner monologue, like questioning myself. Like, I got it in like what, Christmas of 2020 or 2021? I think I got it in 2021. I got the PS5, the PS4 in the summer of 2015. And on that day, I got Dragon Quest Inquisition, not Dragon Quest, Dragon Age Inquisition, The Order 1886, Batman Arkham Knight, and Assassin's Creed Unity. And the only one of those that I still have is Order 1886. Yeah, for me, this whole thing is just kind of. I know I keep going on about it. It's just like he turns left. My character, you can see it when my character model turns left. Like he's not supposed to be facing this way. I keep talking about this, and I'm gonna get off this. But to me, it's funny and annoying that this has happened because nothing has happened that is a reason for why this controller should be acting the way it is compared to last time when I used it. And my biggest fear when I'm taking stuff like my audio equipment, my PC, and all that kind of stuff to another place to do recording stuff like that is that something's going to break. And everything I've seen is that all went totally fine and nothing is wrong with my setup. Last time I did that, which was about a year ago almost, it was last March, my audio settings got all messed up. So yeah, it seems like nothing's wrong. I have to review this footage, obviously, to double-check if that's true or not, but I've made very careful attempts to keep everything the same as it was. But it's just like, I take an entire computer to another place in the middle of a snowstorm, mind you, and bring it back, set it back up again, let other people use it, and then take it back home again and set it back up again. And it seems like nothing's wrong, but I come back and my controller for my PlayStation that's just been sitting on a table is now broken. Like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? Thank you, the universe. Oh, someone's playing music on the stage. I love how they glitch around like that. Oh, this person's playing a flute. I, like, recognize the melody of whatever they're playing, but I don't know what it is exactly. Okay, we'll get a heart. Help the forgetful storyteller write a story about the Isle of Dawn. Ah, the classic, they forgot their lines. Once upon a time. Oh, this is an interesting one. There lived a silent child. Every day, they searched for a companion. Until their weary legs could no longer carry them. Resting in the shade of a curious rock formation, they observed another child entering an unassuming cave. The children found companionship in each other, making the cave their home. They would one day welcome another. I don't know why I'm facing backwards. Holy crap, is that a lot of candles for that mask. Yeah, 42 for a mask. That's a lot of candles. Because this questline takes place in such a very small location, I am kind of happy on how fast this is seemingly going. Fill in for the mellow musician. Oh man, we gotta play music. One other mildly concerning part about the controller acting up, though, is that I plan to resume playing Ghost of Yotei. I haven't played it in almost a month at this point since I recorded those previous parts. I've just been binging this game so hard. And Ghost of Yotei is a lot more complex of a game, and I just hope that, like, drift and other weird stuff, if it affects the game at all, it's not that big of a deal while I try to get another controller. So, yeah. I don't know. Okay, we're not using that instrument, I guess. Oh, we are. Okay. What? Why is this guy still on the stage? Once again, it's just these... These button presses are just so fast, man. Come on. That was terrible. Yeah, it's just so fast. Utterly terrible. Utterly terrible button presses. I'm trying. I'm trying to keep up with it, but it's zooming everywhere. And I'm also getting, like, the right analog stick and the right buttons mixed up. Oh, that was terrible. That was utterly terrible. They love it, though. They love it. We're musicians. Yeah, it's done. It doesn't matter. Okay, I'll take it. The instrumentation, that's why I'm very impressed with people who do, like, modestly well with the instruments in this game, is, like, you kind of either have to be, like, I'm musically inclined in terms of, like, editing and listening and mixing. I do a fair amount of mixing. You tell me to pick up a guitar, I'm not going to know what the hell to do. No, I'm going to listen to your music and tell you how it should sound. That's my thing. I'm much more of the producer, mixer kind of guy, not the actual instrumentalist. I'm a percussionist. I know how to play drums. I know how to play drums in the marimba. And the piano a little bit. You want me to pick up... That's actually funny. Like, when I was first learning music in middle school, I spent a year as a trumpeter, and I hated it. And then I went into percussion, and everything was fine. And now I edit and mix music as part of my job. So... It all worked out in the end, but, you know... I don't know how to play the saxophone. Or the clarinet. I will listen to you play the clarinet and tell you how you can do better. That's my job. Imagine doing that. Imagine going into a concert and the guitarist just comes out, does a little ditty like that, and then leaves the stage. That would be amazing. Terrible for the ticket price, but that would be funny. And then they actually start the concert. You know, they couldn't just do that. I don't think I've ever encountered a show where they were discouraged enough about the production. I have worked on shows where, like, the director was incompetent and a lot of drama unfolds, but not like, you know, oh no, we all suck, we don't have a show here, let's not do it. Because that would be an utter failing of the director on that part. But just like, I've worked on shows where things essentially fell apart, where like half the cast would leave, and it's the second day of the shows going on, not even during rehearsals, like during the show run. And people that we know or have networking with have to come in and replace all those parts for the next day. I've worked on some shows, and those have happened. But, like, I've never worked on a show where everybody's just like, oh, we can't put on this show, or anything like that. That's a weird one. Oh, okay. That's not it. Okay, so... Oh, that's weird. There's two of them. There's him right here, as like a relivable memory, and then him over here, part of the event. I'm not entirely sure what we're doing. It's funny to me how much I do hear Zelda music from people playing the instruments, because that is something band kids do a lot of, me included. I played Faron Woods, I played Lost Woods, I played Song of Storms endlessly on piano and on like marimba and other things, xylophone, because it's fairly simple tunes. It's literal just da 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 da. The very single note, simple N64 type music that's highly memorable, well composed by Kondo. But yeah, it's just really simple, high quality music that you can do on very simple instruments, like here in game, or on, you know, actual instruments and such, like a marimba, a xylophone, bells, piano, what have you. Pick your choice, you can do it. So it just kind of hearing just random strangers doing Zelda music like that, I'm just like, I remember when I did that like 15, 20 years ago or so. Yeah, I'm not sure where we're supposed to be going for this one. Like, the characters are all here. I'm not sure where to start the quest, though. Do we have to talk to the main guy again? No, I don't want to interact with the other player. Come on. Give them some reassurance. Okay, but from where? I'm getting no light off of that, essentially. Take an airborne look around. I'm looking for one of those pads to, like, start the actual mission. One of those teleport-esque pads. And I'm not seeing anything anywhere. And that's the other confusing thing. This is not that big of an area. So it's not that... It's not like they could really hide that. Oh, there's... What's his face up here? Also, if you hear barking, it sounds like my neighbors have their dogs out or something right now. Is this it? I think this is it. This seems to be it. Like real memories, shared memories capture glimpses of your past. Use them to show your talents. Share tips. And support each other. Okay? Okay, so we're straight up just doing a memory recording. It helps that I have so many theatrical emotes on Rayan, but yeah. Okay. Do we have anything else? We can levitate. We can ice skate. Art. Okay. Is that it? No? Okay. So... yeah, I'm kind of at a loss for where we're supposed to be then. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything out here. I keep thinking that there should be because there's nothing in the stage. I'm actually really close now to just leaving and continuing this another time because this is wasting my time as much as it's wasting your time. And whatever's going on here, I don't know how easy it is to... it feels like there should be some sort of pad thing in front of those guys to continue the next mission, this mission, but I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it anywhere. So to me, it feels like a bug, but it might be something else. I don't know. Yeah, I'm at a loss. I don't know what the game is trying to do here. I know what we're supposed to be doing, but there's nothing here that I can see. So I think we're gonna bail on this one for now. I might come back to this and see if anything has changed later on my own, but yeah. Weird. We can get the daily candle for the event though. Okay, what else is there? We can do the dailies, I guess. Light 20 candles, meditate at the vault, find candles at the end of the rainbow, the vault of knowledge, and relive Greeting Shaman's memory. I will probably have to look up where or who Greeting Shaman is. Alright, we're pivoting. We're pivoting right now from doing that stuff to just doing some daily stuff. We're gonna go back after we're done with this and just double check if anything's changed. I have a feeling not, but we'll see. Alright, this is the stuff I was gonna do in a couple hours on my own, but I guess we're doing it now. Yeah, I wasn't entirely sure about the whole DualShock drifting thing at the start when I noticed it initially, because the Sky servers were also acting really, really weird last night. They were very hiccupy, and I had to restart the game twice. I'm not sure what was going on. But it seemed to be something server side that was just kind of glitching out the game. This is also the weird part of, like, doing a part, like, the day after I just recorded a bit of a thing and already talked about a bunch of stuff. It's like, not a whole lot has happened aside from me doing my work. So, I watched I'm not, like, a sports guy or anything, but I did watch most of the January sumo tournament that happened recently, and I did catch the end of it, too. I think sumo is interesting in a martial arts sense because I am a martial artist. I am a black belt in Taekwondo, and I appreciate martial arts and hand-to-hand combat. And watching this sumo tournament, I learned a lot about sumo inherently, just like what it is, the athletes, like the practices and such. It's a very hyper-masculine thing. Like, these guys are apparently living monastic lives amongst other sumo guys for life, more or less, in not like dojos or anything, but just they're called stables. But, like, they live day in and day out this sport and this way of life as essentially monks in a way. But, you know, it's hand-to-hand combat and tradition and ritual and such. So it's that is very interesting to me. Just in like a medieval kind of way. It's just like, oh, holy crap, these guys are very, very, like, devoted to what they do. And, it was interesting to see Aunishki win. It was very, very interesting to see Aunishki, the Ukrainian, win. Shishi did pretty well who is another Ukrainian sumo wrestler. He did pretty well for an amount of the competition, but then, like, in the last 3 days, he did very bad. So, watching Aunishki just do crazy feats for his practice, that was very interesting to see. Good for him, too. Apparently it's been like 20 years or something since an Ozeki, like, got to win one of these kind of things in the way he did. That's the thing, it's like, I'm not like, why am I moving so fast? Okay. I just realized, like, I've done this dozens and dozens and dozens of times, and I don't think I've ever flown in the air there and moved so fast. Yeah. Anyway, sumo. It's interesting to watch. I'm not specifically a fan, but, like, fan as in, like, I gotta keep up with everything. But, you know, I'm gonna probably watch the upcoming one that's in March. I believe the next one is, like, March 8th or something. And everybody is going to be staring at Aonishiki to see, like, okay, is he going for the Yokozuna? Is he going to go for it? Is he going to be able to get to it? Yeah, the other main sumo that I was watching, just to see, like, okay, how far are they gonna go? How good are they gonna get? Was Wakataka Kage. Wakataka Kage is another really good wrestler. So it's a fun thing. Like, I was just watching that stuff while I was doing all the busy work with this game. The game is so loud for some reason in my ears. Oof. I haven't changed the volume at all. I don't know. It was some good fun for like a week and a half. I think this was an appropriate time to talk about this stuff, given we're doing sporting stuff in the game right now, so... Okay, so... we can finish the lighting candles one here. Hopefully, if they don't light the candles before us, they're going for that one, we're going for this one. There we go. We got it. Alright, meditate at the Vault Temple. Wait a minute. Am I going crazy, or... the vault? Did that all not say stuff regarding the valley before? Okay. Am I just like... because that's the thing, is like, I'm just kind of hanging out at this point. My mind's just going through like memories and thinking about other projects that I'm going to be working on this week and stuff, so I'm just like, okay. Did I misread that? I thought it said the Valley of Triumph. It would make sense, actually, for it to be the vault, because we've seen no... I probably misread that. My bad. We're gonna get all the candles here, though. I was like, wait, we haven't really encountered any, like, seasonal candles or anything. Right, so, let's leave. Well, I don't have to do the Valley of Triumph later now. Okay, I guess it's the vault. I thought it was the valley. My bad. There's another one over there. I mean, we could check the archive if anybody wants to have their glitch chair show up here. Probably won't. Oh, okay, no, we got some stuff. There we go. Alright, we got him. I just want to double check this area for any of the seasonal candles. Okay, and while I'm in here, I'm actually going to look up the Greeting Shaman. Just in case he's in here. I don't really see any seasonal candles in here, which tends to make sense. Most of them tend to be on the main thoroughfare of the areas, so it's a bit more fair for players. Let me look up Sky, Children of the Light, Greeting Shaman. Where are you? He is the one with the bull mask. Where is he? He is on the 4th floor of the vault. I see. He's... Okay, I know where he is. I see. Okay. Right, so we're probably done in here then. The Vault really has some of my favorite music for this game. Just really, really well-composed stuff. I'm a sucker for melancholic but ambient, very contemplative music, and this area, I'd say out of any of the other ones, has most of that. Like, most of its composition as a themed area is very consistently high quality. The Forest also has some very good tunes. I'd say the least interesting is probably the Isle of Dawn, but it's kind of designed to be that way. That's the thing, it's a very well-designed soundscape for this game. I'd give this game probably a 9 out of 10 on its soundtrack. But the Isle of Dawn's just kind of forgettable because it is just kind of very ambient. It's that kind of very minimalist ambient design, which works for what it is, but you don't really inherently care to listen to it. And you want to talk to me about, like, how high quality, very droney, nothing ambient music. Listen to what's it called? Oh god, I listened to it like a month ago. Oh, I gotta look this up again, because I gotta give this as a if you want, like, some weird out there ambient music... Who is the artist? Steve Roden. You may have heard of this before if you're into ambient music. Listen to Forms of Paper. It's like a 50-minute track. It's a 50-minute track of extremely amplified sounds of paper. That's what it is. It's like you, like if you can hear me tapping on my desk. It's like that, but amplified and turned into a type of ambient music. The genre is called lowercase. And I'm utterly, not interested, but just, like, fascinated with that's how experimentally out there this stuff can get. Just, like, the sound of wind mixed in such a way that it sounds rhythmic or just things like that. Just, like, the bare minimum. Like, the sound of breathing in and out is just like, that's such a minimalist thing. Imagine amplifying the sound of dust hitting the floor. That's what that is. It's just like the absolute batshit kind of thing. And you can somehow turn that into music. That is amazing. You know, I love it when I go into an area and everything just turns on. That's wonderful. That is fantastic. If you want something not so droney and weird, I do recommend Base Communion. They're still droney and weird, but which is funny to say that they're not as experimental. It's Steven Wilson, but yeah, it's just like long 15-minute drones of things and stuff like that, of like creaking metal or whatever. I'm not an ambient guy in that regard. My form of ambience is much more things like the Breath of the Wild soundtrack. What's another one? Yeah, Breath of the Wild soundtrack is very ambient, it's very minimalist. It has ambient tones and qualities to it, but it's much more just minimalist because you have the ambient stuff and then you have piano flourishes or things like that. I really like that a lot. Just music that makes you kind of in a soundscape and lets you just think about stuff. It's not completely in your face, it's not there. It's stuff when like you're working on other things and you just kind of have it as kind of like white noise, but kind of just as a background thing. Not exactly Muzak. Muzak is just, you know, like pop and regular music that is made to be background music. It's facsimile music. This is always the funny thing with this floor is everybody goes for the lanterns and lights them up, like those ones on the pedestals. I never find people lighting these up. So then you have like everybody... Okay, someone else has finally joined in. So you have everybody like running around this area or waiting on the platform for other people to light these ones up. And most of the time I end up having to be that guy. Speaking of music, I looked through a lot of the records that I've gotten recently. Like I got one from Tchotchke, I got one from... I got 3 from the Lemon Twigs. If you don't know who these artists are, I am sorry. I recommend them if you hear the words that I'm speaking. And check them out on like Bandcamp or YouTube or whatever. But, I got a record, I got Plume Valley from Windows 96. The electronic artist, Windows 96. And the record is warped, and that's really a shame. And everything I've looked up online about it is more or less that the record was made cheaply, and the production company, whoever pressed it, didn't let it harden long enough. Because it looks fine. The sleeve is totally fine. There's no scratches on it. It's just warped in a weird kind of bendy way. And that's a shame. It'll still play, but yeah, apparently the best advice that I have seen about this is just to let it sit for a long time. And it'll eventually kind of straighten itself out. I need to remember not to get on the pedestal for this one because this is the room where the guy we're looking for is in. He's apparently way up here. Somewhere. Yeah, how many records did I get? Let me go over to my Record stand. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You see, this is why I like having a headset with a mic on it, as I have for all these years, because I can move around my room and still sound the same. The mic is not just at the desk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 records in the past, like, 3 months. And, yeah, Plume Valley is the only one that has, like, weird stuff going on with it, which is a shame. I know Win96 is from Brazil, so I'm not sure if the record was pressed in Brazil and it just has some weird quality results or what. But, I'll just let it sit for a while and hope it unbends itself. And that's the other thing, when you look up, like, okay, how do you unbend a record on, like, Google or something, you get a ton of jackasses say, just take a blow dryer, set it to max hot, and try to, like, unbend it that way. And that sounds so... As an electronics guy and as a chemist of sorts, that sounds terrible. That sounds utterly stupid and terrible. You're essentially, you're really damaging the record doing that, because it's made of vinyl. It's literally made of vinyl. It's a PVC thing. You don't heat up PVC like that. You're gonna ruin it. Okay, it's supposed to be this guy over here. Right, if I remember right, this guy likes to jump around. Jump around now. Jump around now. So this is going to be kind of touch and go. Also, there's the rainbow we also have to mess around with. I was gonna say, dude, you gonna move on to the next one or no? No, 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 no. Okay, where are we going? Oh, he's down here. Yeah, I remember this one being kind of like, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Just running around constantly. Okay, he's up here. Okay, we got him. Was that it? I think that was it. Oh yeah, that wasn't bad at all. That was much more confusing the first time I did it. Alright, have fun in your little stone prison. Meditate at the Vault Temple. So that's at the very top. Find the candles at the end of the rainbow. So it's not that one, it's over there. Alright, and then we just have to go to the top of the temple and meditate. It's not the worst batch of dailies. The ones yesterday were fine. I wasn't able to get one of them because it required you to hug one of your best friends from your friend list in the game. And while I do have friends on the friend list and I can ask them on, like, social media, like Discord and stuff, if they want to get on and do that, like, people aren't always online with the game. So, you know. It's also a little bit weirdly rude and shallow to just ask, like, hey, can you get on the game so we can hug and get a candle? It's just kind of weird. And then, like, bail. That's just weird. Like, if I'm gonna hang out with them, I would rather do, like, a full session or something. Like we did with NetSpeed previously. Just, like, you know, like, I actually have a good time and play the game. Oh, the whale manta ray thing is freaking out. Are there two of them? What just happened? What just happened? Why am I'm hitting like some type of roof here. It like launched me into the sky and I hit some sort of barrier. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I've never seen that before. Why was this ray freaking out? Oh yeah, it's getting so glitchy. I'm not sure if it's like counteracting with other instances of players' games or what. Let's just light this last one. Come on, we can get through this. We can get through this. Come on, game. What is going on? Look at it. Looks weird. Why is it like? Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. I don't like this room today. I've never seen this room this glitchy. Something's wrong. Yeah, that was interesting, though. I was thrown into the ceiling of this room, and I guess there is some type of barrier to prevent you from continuing unless you do the lanterns, maybe? I don't know. Don't take my word on it, but that's what was going on there. I was hitting some sort of roof. I was trying to fly up. It wouldn't let me. Anyway. Alright, this has been a weird session today. I love this music so much. I want to learn how to play... I'm gonna soon probably try to learn how to play, like, this main theme on piano. It's not, once again, it's like, it's not complicated, it's just da 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 da. Probably off key there, but, you know. Okay, so the meditation stone should be like over here. There it is. Share a favorite sky memory. I'm pretty sure the devs, like, receive a log of the stuff that is said for these, but, I'm gonna be kind of a smartass here and just say glitches. They're unironically, they're fun. They are some of the best memories I've had is just, like, getting out of bounds and doing other weird stuff. Alright, so that is the dailies. So we're out of here. Now to guitar. Redemption cake. So I think I figured out the situation with the cake here, and from many parts ago. Remember how when we went out of bounds? Maybe we could actually do that right now. Well, let's watch the guy clean up for the day. Right. Maybe we'll be able to go out of bounds. I haven't seen anybody post one of the chairs in here for probably a week or so now, so I'm not sure if they reset. What is this? Okay, this is a portal to the Alice in Wonderland stuff. We don't really need that right now. I actually might need to reset this because the interaction seems to be blocked. Alright, let's check what these are. We have the Cinnamon interaction. We might mess with that if there's no chair here. Yeah, it's just people doing the Cinnamon thing. The cinema roll. Cinnamon. It's Cinema Roll from Sanrio. I know virtually nothing about Hello Kitty and Sanrio stuff, but I know Cinema Roll. It's like a photo shoot area for it. The little dance. Yeah, I'm interacting with this specifically because I don't know if this will be if this is like a permanent thing in the game or if it's a limited time type thing. I don't know. Can I do anything? Well, I can redeem the candles that we were getting. That's funny. I guess not. I guess we just have to stand. We just have to politely stand here next to Cinema Roll. This is a very like Comic-Con-esque photo shoot. Just standing very politely. Cinema Roll shaking its ass. Okay. Never thought I would say that today, but sure. Oh, that was it, actually. Something's... Yeah. Okay. Alright. Anyway, we're done with Cinema Roll. We're done with Cinema Roll. Cinema Roll... I can speak. Anyway, I figured out a thing with the cake, and I really, really would like to get out of bounds to kind of show it. But the game wants us to just have Cinema Roll. Okay. Not cool. Anyway. So, the cake that shows up here from the guy who gives you the dailies here at the bar, you only get that cake if you've done all the dailies, to my knowledge, and what I've done. And then he leaves for the day. It's like your congratulations by the game for doing the dailies. Here's some extra wax. Guess where that cake is? So, if you know things about video game development, you know that a lot of times when things are called into a scene, they are stored out of bounds. Normally, they're stored underneath a map. From going underneath the map multiple times, there is a dude all the way up there. Ah. He's really low poly and blurry, but yeah. He might even be a PNG. I don't know. But the cake that the guy summons at the bar, we've seen it before. We've seen it before. And I didn't make the connection until recently that the cake that we found way out of bounds in the inner restaurant area out in the clouds at the edge of the map, that's where the cake is loaded from. What are you doing? But yeah, that's why I'm just like, the cake is still out there. This is a weird thing to say. The cake is out there. I know it exists. But, so I'm assuming that in the map we're currently loaded into, regular Avery Village, I'm assuming that the cake is way out there in the cloud area, in the cloud formations, just floating out there, waiting to be called in daily for you to get your wax from it. But because that liminal Avery inside of the restaurant exists and is kind of like a half copy of this map, that guy doesn't exist. The bartender doesn't exist in that map, but the cake still seems to be stored out in the map. I think we're just interacting with the cake in a way that it's not supposed to be interacted with out there. It's just like a leftover. It's just out of bounds where it's supposed to be called into the regular map, but it's just a different instance of it. That's why I'm like, I would love to get out of bounds to take a look at the cake, but everybody today wants to hug Cinema Roll. I don't think that this person left anything interesting for getting out of bounds. No. Right, so I mean, we can go to the Alice in Wonderland area real quick, just to check it out. I come here daily, but I don't think we've been here since maybe like the second or third part or whatever. I will say there's something interesting in here. There's a book right here near the bottom that has like artwork of the caves in Daylight Prairie or something. Not Prairie Peaks, but to me this looks like the caves of Daylight Prairie. And it has like some concept artwork of the Sky Children. This map is really, really useful for getting a lot of wax. It's just a big room. There's a ton of candles and other objects everywhere that give wax, like these back here. There's the mushrooms by the ovens in the kitchen area. It's a really, really solid place just to get some wax quick every day, if you need it, or want it, or whatever. Nobody tends to light these candles for some reason. Every time I have come in here, like all the other candles, like you can see down there, like all the other candles are lit up and stuff. Nobody pays any mind to this one. I don't know why. I think they just don't notice it. Okay, there's some on the chairs. There's some on the present over there. Oh, the seal's over here. So, this seal tends to move around the map randomly per day. Sometimes it's over in the kitchen, sometimes it's out on one of the tables, sometimes it's down there with the Mad Hatter Bunny character. And I think this is the first time I've seen it here. It's a very sleepy seal. 1 manta, 2 manta, 3? Just 1 more minute of sleep. They are fast asleep. Wake them in a minute. They tend to have dialogue wherever they are. They're very sleepy. And if you let them sleep, they give you some extra wax. So we'll be back in like a minute or so. We'll probably go back to it after we've made our round. Doesn't seem to be anything on the floor over here this time, which means there's probably something on the table. Yes, there is. Oh, there's the camera guy from the camera missions. Is there anything on top of the... Yes, there is. Sometimes... Most of the time there is not anything up here. I don't think there's anything on the second chair. Nope. Let's go to this other table, and then we'll go to the kitchen, check out the kitchen. There's nothing here. There's stuff under the seat. You see, this is the kind of stuff that I'm normally doing while doing other things. So, it's very cathartic, just kind of running around the map. Anything up here today? Looks like a solid no. Also nothing up here. Let's get the mushrooms real quick. Oh, it has still been snowy out. I hear a massive snowplow outside, so... Hopefully things get warmer soon. It has been a very, very cold winter. I am very, very looking forward to spring and summer. So, expect when spring and summer to come around for the videos on the channel to kind of slow down a bit again as well. Because I'll be outside. I will absolutely be outside working on things. When I'm on my free time. Is that it? I think that was it. Alright, let's go back to the seal. I think the game normally calls them manatees. They look more sealish to me, but, you know. They are what they are. And what they are is very cute. It's time to wake up. Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and shine. Oh, now it's gone. Alrighty, there's no any other weird wax anywhere. I don't think so. Nothing up here. I don't see anything up there on the top of the bookshelf. I think we're all ready to go. Right. Alright, so we're gonna go back to... We're gonna go back to the valley to do the main mission. Weird audio stuff there. Alright, if nothing is different here, then I'm gonna probably do this off part. I just want to double check before I end today. You're an incompetent director. You don't have control. Okay, the fire there? Is that really where we're supposed to be? Oh my god. Well, I can't really interact with it because this other person's sitting here. So, I'm just gonna wait for a moment. Yeah, no wonder I didn't see it. You only see it if you approach this cauldron of fire, and I probably was talking and didn't notice it. Is this person gonna move? Okay, well, we can do that. That's fine. Okay, we're gonna continue this then after our detour. The spirits are discouraged about their production. Give them some reassurance. Right, now we can start this. Thank you. This is much more lovely jubbly. Thanks. What's your deal, man? What was that expression? Why are we doing the crab walk? Okay, we got 2 of them. I'm gonna assume somebody's back in the back alleys, maybe? No? No. Okay. What about backstage? Yes. Okay, we're just missing that one. How much you bet they're on top of a building or something? Would they do that? Would they try to be funny with it? Does not look like they went with that. I would have done that. Oh, holy crap, someone's in the window of that building. Okay, have fun in there, dude. He's just in the window. There's not even like an actual proper building in there. He's just in the window frame. I don't think I've seen that before. I've seen other people go out of bounds, but like, I don't think I've seen anyone just get stuck in a window. They're probably stuck in that window too, like they can't get out. That's funny. That's really funny. Right, there's just that one character. Where are they? They're not back here, are they? I kind of can't see sometimes when these guys are in the way. Wait, 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 wait. What is this? Oh, yeah, I cannot see back here. There's just too many people. There's too many people here. Okay, this is the changing rooms. There doesn't seem to be anybody in here. Okay, we are now certain that there is nobody backstage. Let's exit stage left. That leads back to town, so we can't really take that. I can't help you, dude. You're stuck in the window. You got yourself there, you gotta get yourself out. I really would have thought they would have been, like, in the back alleys here. Oh, this opens. Can we get in here? Help a spirit and they might open this passage for you. Okay, so I'm assuming this is a post-quest thing. Yeah. Maybe it wants us to get the director first. That seems kind of weird to me, but... Yeah, no, because we can't interact with him. I have no idea where this is trying to... Trying to get us to go to find this other person. Because there's essentially nothing left. It looks like whoever was in the window left, so that's funny. There's this little back alley area over here. I can't see anything. Oh, they are back here, okay. There's a good hiding spot. Return to the performance guide with your re-energized crew. Right. We're gonna give a performance. Why are we hitting the gritty? We're gonna give a performance that no one will forget. And we're all gonna hit the gritty. You now have access to the back entrance of Harmony Hall. Okay, sure. Help the modest dancer close out the big show. Visit the planning table before the final act begins. Right. Alright, quiet backstage. We gotta start the finale. Everyone in place? Cue, final act. As someone who works with light and soundboards, this is just really funny, having these individual switches for everything. Like on a light and switchboard, you normally do have, like, a real, like, individual switch for every little thing. But it's on a board. It's not like a giant hand crank like this for everything. So, it's funny. And now, we are most pleased to introduce our last act of the evening! Two rules were broken there. One, another actor who is not supposed to be on stage ran on stage. Other thing that was broken, the person who was trying to present the next artist acted confused and such. You did not do that. You stay in character. We're working with a bunch of wannabes here. Don't, once again, just do not... Oh god, the actors are ruining this on their own. We're not being prompted to do anything, so we're just kind of playing. Yeah, this is frankly, as a theater director, this is a shit show. Whatever's happening here, everything has gone wrong. The actors are freaking out. We're improvising something that doesn't make sense. We'll levitate, why not? Let's do some sparklers. Let's dance some more. And let's do whatever this is. We're gonna raise the roof. Yeah, this was absolutely just a shit show. Oh, that's amazing. But they love it. They love it. they absolutely love it. Anyway. Oh, man. I'm not gonna clap for that because that was utterly horrendous as a production. But, you know, it's a video game. It's fun. It's supposed to be lighthearted. It's not serious at all. I'm viewing it through the eye of my lens, like, if I had actors who were doing shit like that, oh, would we be having a meeting in the green room? All of the all of the common sense fundamental rules were broken. And that puts a smile on my face for how ridiculous it is. Oh, we're not done yet. I can't see anything. And then they were raptured. So what is this? It's 52 candles. It's an extremely high amount of candles for my taste, but I don't know what it is. Is it like a... I think it's a prop. I don't know what this is supposed to be. The mask is already really expensive. But I don't know what this is. So, I mean, that's it. We've completed the mission quest here. I kind of didn't think we were going to. And you know what else is interesting is that I haven't noticed the drifting in a while on the controller, so I'm not sure if it's just a weird thing that's going to get worse, but I don't have any strong feelings about the controller anymore right now. Which is a good thing, because then that kind of makes me think, okay, maybe it was some dust that got into the controller in a weird way at some point, and it was acting up. I don't know. I'll keep my eye on it, but it's keeping me from having to, like, feel like I need to open this thing up and tear it apart. Which is good for me, because first, that's a period of time that would take out of my day, and I have other things I need to do today. And, yeah... Just, it's one of those, like, worrisome things that would cost me some money to fix. If and I can't, like, fix it myself. So it's just an annoyance. Alright, that should have been it for that mission. Alright, I forgot. Every time you do this, you have to go back to them here in the village and talk to them. Yep, there we go. Alright. The spirit now has a home in Avery Village. And they own a music shop. Okay. Oh, there's only one more, and then the hopeful steward. I always get the name wrong. Helpful, hopeful, the same thing. It's the same thing, you know. Follow the spirit inside to see how you can help them. I mean, sure, we can start that, because every time I walk by this area, it's probably going to show that animation of him waving us in again, and I don't really want to deal with that, so let's see what this starts as. What was that? Oh, that was a very, very loud teleporting noise. Okay, we're by the Ark. This spirit longs for red light. They can be found where darkness prevails. We went from theater to darkness. Oh, man, what a juxtaposition. I don't know how long it's been since we've been to the Ark on part. I've been here plenty, but, yeah, one of the more annoying places to get to in the game, to be honest. You have to cross the starting desert in the Golden Wasteland, and then you have to cross the desert in this map to get to the Ark. And then where we're going now, we have to cross another desert to get across to the caves over here. It's just really, really out of the way. Okay, somebody's been here today. Or at least in this instance. Yeah, somebody has certainly been here. So, we're gonna go back, deal with this guy, and then I think we're done for today. So, thank you for watching, and yeah, the start of this set, I keep forgetting that this is a two-parter with the light mending stuff at the beginning. But, yeah, very interesting part today. Yeah, I got a few other things I need to do. What time is it? It's 7 at night. Okay. Oh. Well, the Ark looks like it's covered in lore. Oh, and then it, an evacuation Ark. Makes sense. And it crashed. I want to take a look at it, though. Okay, yeah, the mining stuff. The crabs came out of the ground and started killing people. People were trying to farm out here and stuff. Fireworks or something. Wind, water, okay, so those look like either elements or dyes. Did someone take one of the... No. I was gonna say, did somebody take, like, one of the elements out of the Ark and it crashed because of that? Because you see that little boat there, but no, that doesn't seem to be it. It looks like, yeah, the Ark just failed to penetrate out of the out of the dome, the weather. And it crashed. Huh. That's at least what I'm getting out of that, just taking a cursory glance at it. I'm not about to dissect the whole meaning of it right now. But yeah, we will continue with this little story beat next time, probably. Nice little taste of it here at the end. But yeah, thank you for watching. We'll continue next time with some more of this, some more exploring, some more rambling, and talking about how things are going. Everything's fine. No, quite honestly, everything's fine. I still haven't gotten that Sky art book yet. I think I talked about that last time. I was like, I haven't ordered it yet. It's only been like 2 days. But I do intend to get the art book at some point. I look forward to that. That book apparently has quite a bit of lore, and that is what I like to eat as a hearty meal. So, yeah. Still just really enjoying this game after playing it for quite a long time at this point compared to other games of recent. Namely, you get Ghost of Yotei. That's the weird part, is like Ghost of Yotei, it feels like I've played more of that, but I've only played like 15 hours of that. And I'm up to like 80 hours in this, so I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I'm liking this, though. I still like it. In any case, I'll end it for today. Thank you for watching. We'll continue next time, and have a good night.